Hey guys, this is Study Guide 19. Number 1, write the equation. Cade sold 136 packages of honey buns at the bake sale. Each package was tied with 4 ribbons. How many ribbons were used in all? Okay, so he had 136 packages and he tied each one with 4 ribbons, so that's 4 per package. So we're going to multiply 100 plus 30 plus 6 times 4. 100 times 4 is 400. 30 times 4, 3 times 4 is 12, and there's 1 0, so put that on there, 120, and 6 times 4 is 24. Then we add those all together, being very careful to line them up by place value. 4, 4, 5. So there were 544 ribbons in all. Okay, 735 divided by 5. Okay, so 700 is pretty big, so I know I can multiply 5 times 100 and take out 500. And that will leave 235. Then I know 5 times 4 is 20. So 5 times 40 will be 200. That'll leave 35. And I know 5 times 7 is 35. Then I'm going to add up how many groups of 5 I made, and that's 147. Okay, number 3 says start at 128, create a pattern that adds 8. Stop when you have 5 numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my 5 lines and write 128. So I'm going to add 8. And that would be 136. Then I add 8. And that's 144 plus 8. It's 152 plus 8 is 160. Okay, number 4 says the area of a table is 228 square inches. So area total is 228. If the length of the table is 38, what is the width of the table? So I know when I have the total area and one side, I can divide the total area by that side to find the other side. So 38 is a pretty big number, so I'm just going to look starting with 10. 38 times 10 would be 380. And I only have 228, so I know that's too much. So I'm going to start with 38 times 5. 38 times 5 is 190. I'm going to subtract those. Okay, so I have 38 left. Okay, so I know I can make one more group of 38. That'll leave 0 as the remainder. And when I add up how many groups of 38 I made 6. So the width of the table is 6. Okay, Levi had a Christmas party and invited 7 friends. He had 260 Pokemon cards to give away as party favors. How many Pokemon cards did each friend receive if Levi gave away all of his cards? So I know I'm going to divide on this one because he has 260 and he's not getting any more. He's dividing them between his 7 friends. So 260 divided by 7. So I look at 200 and I know 7 times 100 is 700, so that's way too big. So I'm going to lower that down. I'm going to think about how many times I can multiply 7 to get close to 26. And I know 7 times 3 is 21, so 7 times 30 would be 210. I'm going to subtract, and I have 50 left. And I know 7 times 7 is 49. So that leaves me with 1. I cannot make another group of 7, so my answer to 260 divided by 7 is going to be 37 with the remainder of 1. But the question asks, how many Pokemon cards did each friend receive if Levi gave away all of his cards? So each friend would get 37 cards, and then either he would have one left over, or one friend would get 38 cards. List the factors of 80. So no 1 and 80 are going to be factors. And then 80 is even, so I know 2 is a factor. 2 times 40 is 80. 3 is not a factor, but I know 4 times 20 is 80. And then 5, I know 5 is going to be a factor because, again, 80 ends in 0, and I know all the multiples of 5 end in 5 or 0. So 5 times 17 is 80. And then 6 is not, and 7 is not, but 8 times 10 is 80. 75 times 15, I'm going to use an open array and put 70 times plus 5, and 10 plus 5 is 15 on that side. So 10 times 70 is 700, and 5 times 10 is 50. 70 times 5, well, 7 times 5 is 35, so 70 times 5 is going to be 350, and 5 times 5 is 25. Then I line them up by place value and add. That's 5, 12, carry the 1. So 75 times 15 is 1,125. Okay, Haley has $14 to spend on pencil toppers. Each box of pencil toppers costs $4. How many boxes of pencil toppers can Haley buy? And how much money does Haley have left over after she buys the pencil toppers? So I know I can divide $14 by the cost of each box, $4. And 4 times 3 is 12. So if she buys 3 boxes for $4 each, she's going to spend $12 and have $2 left. So the answer to 14 divided by 4 is 3, remainder 2. But let's look at the questions. How many boxes of pencil toppers can she buy? The answer to that one would be 3 boxes. And then how much money does Haley have left? She has $2 left. Okay, the perimeter of a classroom is 128 feet. If the length of the classroom is 36 feet, what is the width of the classroom? So first, I'm going to draw this. And it says that the length is 36 feet. I can do 36 on both sides that are across from each other. And then I'm looking for the width. And it gives me the total perimeter is 128. So I know my step 1 is to add up the sides I know. So 36 plus 36 is 72. Then step 2 would be take what I got, what I know, from the total. And then step 3 is to divide that in half. So 56 divided by 2. And we did this in class today together. We know that that is 28. So the width of this rectangle is 28. Now, to check and see if I'm right, I'm going to add all the sides together. and see if I get 128. And carry the 2, and then I got 128. So I know that the width of the classroom is 28 feet. Okay, for this one, I'm just going to line it up by place value and write big enough so that I don't mess up. And I'm going to make sure that I'm doing what it tells me to, add. Okay, so 5 plus 1 is 6, 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, 7 plus 4 is 11. And the answer is 721,436. Hope this helps, guys.